these are the key points that you can define how your supplier is exporting to you. Then you can define how you can import, so you will be pretty sure that your goods will get to your country and your market, so you can sell them, so you can make money. This is international trade. So I'm gonna talk first of all about the HS code, and this code is about a description. It's about numbers from 6 to 10 numbers. It's called harmonized system code. He describes the types of the goods that you are exporting. If they are modified cars, like in the cars like this one is the code for a gasoline brand new vehicle. So it's a brand new car. It's used in the international versions. This one is for the EV cars, and this one is for the used cars, and this one it depends on the modification that you did to the car. So the HS code for modified vehicle is another one also, and you can find this HS code in the BL or in the custom declaration. So it is very, very important in the international trades, and understanding in details how each one uses this HS code and how this HS code will change or will affect the way of export and affect the price of your vehicle, and affect like you can use it to define if your exporter or means supplier is lying to you or no. If he don't lie in what is he mentioning. So if you want like in detail a detailed explanation about the HS code, a full video for it, I'm gonna do it for you so you can define from this code. Let me give you just one example. The HS code, there is something that it's called the HS code qualification, and this qualification will define if this type of good, it means the goods are the cars, this type of good will make you able to take back the tax. It's called the VAT rebate. So it will define that if the exporter means that this exporter need to be a general taxpayer, is able to take back from these goods the VAT rebate. And mostly the big car traders are general taxpayers, so they are qualified in all of the ways of exporting their goods like cars to take back their tax, which is the VAT rebate, and sometimes it's from 0% to 13%. They take it back and use it as a cash flow to pay their workers. It's not like a margin or something. It's a cash flow, so they can stay working. And the margin is in another way, like we talked before, that they buy from the 4S or from the OMS, and they directly put a small margin in the car and they export it. Now we finished the HS code, we should go directly to describe the export VAT rebate. So I'm gonna give you more information right now about the second key principle that you need to know, is the VAT rebate eligibility. Is that if this company have the right to get back this tax, and I told you that mostly it need to be general taxpayer. So the requirements that need to be in this company to have the VAT rebate is that it need to be export registered company. It has an export license and it is already registered in the customs. So second thing is that it's already registered as a general taxpayer. And we said that there is a small taxpayer. This will take us directly to the difference between those two things. You need to know it. I'm gonna give it to you in maybe 1 minute. There are the 4S car dealers. Let me give you an example. Here, 4S car dealers, domestic market. So they sell to domestic markets, and there is the traders, big traders, big T. They buy from these car dealers and they use an export licensed company, or they have their own export license. They can apply for it. So they do the export. Okay. So this for the domestic and this for the international. Export means international or overseas. International. Okay. So the difference between these two things is this is a small taxpayer, small tax payer, and this is a general tax payer. This one is limited in the domestic market and this one is in the international market. So here the small scale taxpayer, it's kind of a small company or a middle company, a simple tax system. It's not like the traders. It doesn't have a VAT rebate. It even doesn't do the export. So that's it. This is the key point. It doesn't do the export. So it's not the same. The general taxpayer here, it's a more bigger company. It has a full ecosystem for the cars, 30%, and this 30% is a cash flow. So if you want like a very strict video explaining in details about these principles like the SS code, the small taxpayer, the VAT rebate, I'm gonna totally explain them in details and you can understand. Like I don't wanna to talk very deep in this, but you need to know the deep things in this so you can define if someone is lying to you or no. So there is another thing is the authorization letter. It's a simple authorization from the manufacturer of the brand that you want to buy from. Like most of the suppliers right now, they are saying we applied for it and we are waiting and we will be the exclusive distributors or the exclusive sellers of this model of this brand, and mostly it's a lie. So you need to know how to check it, and this authorization letter, it's from the OEM. It need to be from it, and it need to has. Let me give you an example of it. Check. This letter confirms that this company, the company that you are dealing with the social credit code, is officially authorized by the OEM that you want to buy his product, the car manufacturer that you want to buy his product, to export the following vehicle models that are the brand name and the model name. So they need to have the model name, and you need to check the exact model name, and then the authorized export market. And I don't think that it's gonna be strict here, but because there are some ways that we can do to export to another markets, and we can share it in our community. So you need to get there, and I'm gonna try to create more content explaining in details these principles, so when you get to our community you will directly understand what we are talking about, what we are sharing, what we are thinking. Like sometimes we do like some brainstorming about the ways, the solutions that we can implement to import or export a car, to lower price, to make the price more. There are a lot of things, but you need to understand this principle, guys. So if you don't understand these principles, you cannot like think with us. And I hope that I'm gonna be able to produce you the videos that explain in details and very well and very easy for you these principles. I already talked about these 4 things. Let's go to the 5th thing. Is the key point that you can describe from your supplier if he is lying or no. And mostly they don't share this. The export declaration, they don't like to share it, to be honest, guys. So the export declarations is the real source that you can define which source you are dealing with, because this paper, this declaration have the real exporter and real owner of these goods. Will your company name appear as exporter of record on the export declaration? It's a sample creation, but you can define if it's a layering or no. And I can give you a video about this one. I think I should do. Tell me in the comments, guys. So let's go directly right now to the layering definition. It's gonna be very easy for you, such you got a lot of information right now. What is layering? How it's happened? But I can explain it to you just by making the difference for you between the old export supply chain and the new export supply chain. So the big players in the field in the old methods was the OEM, the 4S car domestic dealers, then the big traders, then the export licensed company, then the layering companies or brokers. Sometimes all of them, then you will have a broker. But if your broker is trustworthy and works and take care of your goods, sometimes you need one. So the new methods, the big players in the field are the OEMs, the authorized dealers, or the big traders. I think sometimes they are the same. So right now we lost all of these people because we are directly dealing with the OEMs and the big traders. So I'm gonna show you a layering contract. So I think that you could understand from here what is layering. This is the big export trader, which is a general VAT taxpayer. Okay, he have the export license sometimes, and there is a layering company which will take and do a contract with him, so it will do the marketing or finding the customer for him. Doesn't have even the VAT rebate eligibility, and also it doesn't have the export license, so it's like a broker company. So they put a contract between them, and you cannot know the owner or the real source or the big trader that they are buying from, and they contract that they will help each other to market and sell the cars inside China or outside China. And the first one is the big trader need to take care of all of the export papers and system, so the export of the cars will be easy and trustworthy. And the second one is finding the buyers and managing the deal. This layering company don't receive, we talk that it doesn't have the VAT rebate eligibility, so it doesn't receive the VAT, so the trader will take back the VAT. And from, if you used your mind, you can define from here, from the brand new vehicle that you imported, and using maybe the BL, you can define to who this VAT rebate will remain, and you can find the source. And if you want to know how in detailed video, I can show you. Let's go to another thing, is the difference between the key players of the supply chain, like the difference between the OEMs, the big traders, the layering companies, the export licensed companies. There is the OEMs, is the brand manufacturer. There is the 4S car dealers. They import or buy the car from the manufacturer. I hope that you are talking with me, guys, because I already explained them. So they buy from the OEMs domestic cars to sell them in China, and they are a small taxpayer. They don't do the export. And there is the third one, is the big car traders. They are a general VAT taxpayer. They do the export using an export licensed company, or maybe sometimes they can have an export license, they can apply for it. And the export licensed company, sometimes it's not a general taxpayer, so it's not a big company. And this export company is not specifically for the cars. Some of the export licensed company, they have the export license, but not for the cars. So you need to know these details. You need to know the description of each key player of the supply chain. So if you want to know very strict information, I can do a video of it, and it takes a lot of time and thinking and preparation for me. So I hope very much, guys, that you put a like and subscribe, guys. You need to subscribe. The layering companies, sometimes they are just some companies that sometimes they are just brokers. They don't even have a company. So that's it. You need to know about that. And there is a lot of details that thing. Depends on the car that they are selling. And this business have a lot of ways to work in. So have a lot of solutions, have a lot of scams, have a lot of a lot of things, guys. So I hope that I can be able to explain to you in very well, like very good way, inshallah. So let's get to how to define which source are you dealing with. So yeah, you need to check the key points that we talked about is authorization letter, the small scale taxpayer, the export VAT rebate for the company that you are dealing with, the HS code that they are using to export your car, so you don't have any problem in the port, and the export declaration. So if you understand these 5 key points, guys, you will totally define which source you are dealing with from the supply chain of exporting cars in China. And the last one is scammers and way to check the suppliers. You can use this to describe if this man who is telling you that I am a trustworthy supplier, if he is lying or no. So you can ask him to share with you his export license issued by MOFCOM. It's the official website of the Ministry of Commerce in China. So you can check if he got export license for the vehicle, and then he need to send you a PDF which has the name of the company, the MOFCOM. The lawyers will say the license and their application. It was in the beginning. Nowadays no one is saying that. Sometimes they say our partner has it, and sometimes they show you a name of their company and they are using another company export license. So it's kind of crazy. We don't need it for your country. This is a very like level 1. This is like, this one is level like bit like level 2, 3, but there is a higher level that you can never describe if they are lying or no. So sometimes we use a brainstorming and we exchange knowledge in our community, so we can define them if they are lying or which way they are using. So because they are very very mashallah, very intelligent people. Let's check another one. Are you authorized by the OEM or by an official distributor? So this one is a tricky question, because you cannot be authorized from an authorized distributor. And you can tell him that please share the authorization letter, and if he share it with you, you can find one. They can show you in details. I can bring one and do a video for it, so you cannot be scammed. You can use, I will CC the brand official email for the confirmation. Sometimes they say not needed, or it will slow the process, but the email of the brand, they will answer you. So there is another one. These ones are the key points, guys. These ones are your solution to define if this supplier will scam you or is lying or is like a third party or a third source or a second hand or something. Like, you can define which source you are buying from. Please provide, you can ask him just one question. Please provide the export declaration, the commercial invoice, the BL draft, all under the name of his company. You are buying from the true and the first source. You don't need to check another thing. That's it. And it's not about you don't need to check another thing, because I believe that there is another way But this one, like if you find him, it's very trustworthy or too much, because you can take back your rights if one of them lied to you or did a delay for sending you the goods or took your money. Like, you are very protected. And if you enter to our community, I think that we can define some very high level ways to define them, because they are playing in the very high level of like not showing you the source. And yeah, that's it. But I need you to know, guys, that in China there is a rule that if you lower the price, you lose the value. Less price, less value. More price, more value. And the value in China, like, there is a big difference between this value and this value. So you don't need to just search on the price. You need to find the reliable, flexible, trustworthy source to buy from, to cooperate, to long-term cooperate with. It's not just about the price. So this is what you need to do. And sometimes there are some suppliers that they give a good price, but you need to understand how they are giving it, even if they are trustworthy, but how? Because sometimes they give you a good price and they are trustworthy, but they did a big mistake that you will take the responsibility of it, and they will be totally clear with you that we didn't expect that. And so you need to be educated. And sometimes when you have a good relationship with them, you can talk with them and ask them to some things that sometimes they don't see, and you tell them, is it okay to do that? Are we not going to face a problem? Which problem? Is it not going to happen like that? These types of thinking will make them rethink a second one, and you will expand your network with them. You will expand your relationship with them. So they will, before doing anything, they will come and discuss very well with you and share with you their knowledge, expectations, solutions. So then you can take the right decision. This is my little advice that I've learned from this business. So I think that I did mostly everything. I mentioned to you the way of working before 2026 of exporting cars from China, and the new methods in 2026 and how to check them, and some types of scammers nowadays. So with some key principles that you need to understand. I hope that you will subscribe, give me a like, and of course get to the community, because if you follow the video step by step, you will totally understand that you will need a community to discuss and brainstorm with and exchange value, exchange knowledge, to understand some real information that they are not like given to all of the world, like some critical informations. And there are too many ways to make you not understand the real information, like, and there are too many ways that they can use to make you not able to understand how they are exporting the cars, and make you not able to understand which source you are buying, if it's trustworthy or no, if it's reliable or no. So that's it. I hope that I already talked about everything that I know. I didn't talk in details. I'm gonna wait for your comments, guys. So you will share with me what you need, and I'm gonna answer for you as step by step, inshallah. So very nice to meet you guys, and I am very excited to meet every one of you, talk with every one of you. I don't know if the video will be a famous video or no. I don't know how much views I will have. My YouTube channel is very new, so I hope that you share this video with your friends, car dealers. We're gonna do some crazy stuff. So that's it. Yeah, so very nice to meet you guys. Next video, inshallah.